G'day guys, I'm AJ and welcome back. We've done a review on Lion King 1 and the Lion King remake, so I thought it's about time to do a review on Lion King 2, or Lion King 2 Simba's Pride. Now, this is the only one that I have on DVD. The other ones I can just watch them on YouTube, or now on Disney Plus, which is much better. Wow, this has a lot of dust on it. You can tell that I haven't watched it for a while. So when I was younger, I had the VHS Lion King, and I absolutely loved it, wanted to watch it over and over again. I remember if I forgot any little tiny bit of it, I'd go back and watch it again, and my brother got so annoyed at me, like, why do you want to watch this movie again? I'm like, it's a good movie. It's amazing. And then I remember later, maybe when I was 9 or something, when did this come out? When I was 9, I don't know when this came out. It doesn't say. At least I don't think it says. I'm not very good at reading the small print. But yeah, when it came out, I remember finding these videos on YouTube. I remember finding the video of Kiara and Kovu fighting those crocodiles. And I remember going, Jed, there's a Lion King too. Jed's my brother. And being like so excited and being like, and me and Jed were trying to watch the whole thing on YouTube, but we couldn't. And then, I don't remember exactly how I got in possession of this, but we were able to buy it, and I watched it, and I absolutely loved it, and I now know it off by heart. So I liked it too much. At the time, I found the character, especially the young cub character of Kiara, very relatable. I kind of just wanted more cub scenes with her and Kovu. And I really liked it, and I really liked the happy ending as well. It was a much more fulfilling ending to me than Lion King 1. And it addressed some things that the Lion King 1 didn't, like how the animals knew to come to Kiara's presentation. In Lion King 1, they just all started walking towards Pride Rock, but in Lion King 2, the spirit of Mufasa, which they explain is the spirit of Mufasa by a nice subtle scene with Rafiki, and they that spirit kind of just tells them all to come over to Pride Rock. And I thought that was pretty cool, and I liked how they used the song from the Lion King 1, what's it called, musical, as the song for Kiara's presentation. And but I also noticed that she was very lively, and later, and I know that a lot of you may know the Copa theory. A lot of you, when you watched Lion King 2, where's Copa? I hadn't known about Copa at the time at all. Now that I do, I have my own theories about it, and I will discuss my theories about him in another video. But yeah, I definitely think that I definitely have a headcanon that Copa did exist. There's a lot of things in this movie. And then there comes the big plot hole of how Zira's pride turned up there. And I'll also make another video about that. But mainly I just want to say that I really liked Zira's pride. I really liked how they were this new thing, and I liked how, and it would make sense for, there would be some lionesses perhaps that, it makes sense that, would make sense that Scar would want an heir, and Scar would be looking to the future. Scar is a very smart and clever lion, and it makes sense for him to think of a way to have an heir if he kept if things kept happening. I have watched the later seasons of Lion King 1 when Nala got raped. Well, at least tried to. And I believe in headcanon that she got raped, and that's how Vitani came into being. But I think that Scar wanted to do it the traditional way and make it a boy. And that's also how Tifu and Zuri were born, with Scar trying to get a boy, but continuously getting girls, and then finally he just decided to grab Kovu from another pride and adopt him as their own son, probably killing his original mother and father, but not telling him, and him being too young to have known them, and just kind of saying, "You're not my son, but you're the chosen one." Yeah. And for me, I never thought, but he looks just like Scar, because he doesn't look like Scar. A lot of people say he looks a lot like Scar, but like, Scar has orangey fur, he has brown fur. Scar has a black mane, he has a brown mane. Scar has like a little beard-like thing, he doesn't. He has like a square-shaped mouth. Scar has like lime green eyes, and he has dark green eyes. Yeah. They're very different. But, yeah. But I did, as a kid, used to think that his mane was black, because it's kind of hard to tell. Which is the reason why, when I was younger, I painted this of adult Kovu, and you can see that I made his mane black. He's got the scar and everything. This is before the remake. This was a long time ago when I painted these, and it's got a lot of stuff on them. Yeah. I tried to make them realistic, but also Lion King-ish. I think they turned out more realistic than Lion King-ish. But it doesn't matter. So let's go through this like scene by scene. I liked how Timon and Pumbaa had their own little role, their own little duty, their own little thing to do in the Pride Lands. How they were kind of like babysitters to Kiara. I liked how Kiara had her own personality that really continued on, how she was different to Simba and yet still has similarities to Simba. She was cheeky and adventurous, but didn't really want to be king. Because instead of like Mufasa, where Mufasa would, like, she understood that there was a lot of responsibility. Like, Kiara understood that there was a lot of responsibility because her dad probably nailed that into her, because Mufasa hadn't nailed that into him as a young age, and that's why he couldn't wait to be king, because he just thought it was ordering around people to do whatever he wanted. But Kiara understood that it was more than that, and she just didn't want to do all of that. She knew that it was going to be no fun, too much responsibility, and yeah. And so I really liked that. I really liked the new songs, and I really liked Simba and Kiara's dynamic, and I really liked how it was addressed that Kovu had never played Tip, and how his life was just so different to Kiara's, and about how his life was just full of training and full of getting him ready to become the new king. And that made sense in Zira's point of view. Like, you could really see that Zira cared about her children and that also she definitely cared about fulfilling Scar's plan, and she just wanted to like make Scar proud and basically be the girl version of Scar, and she was like so shattered that Scar was defeated and so angry at Simba, and his pride and just disgusted at the idea that that he now had the Pride Lands, and it like made sense for her to get angry at him. And Nuka was a very interesting character. I believe he was the original only son of Scar, but that he was disformed. You can see that throughout the time gap that he doesn't look that much different at all. Like his fur has grown a bit, but he still doesn't have a real mane. I think that that means that he was a deformed lion, and that he also had some something along the lines of autism. I'm not gonna say like, you know, just something different with his brain. Maybe something like which is called a disorder. Maybe just something that is different. I'm not exactly sure. They never actually say, but I think that he definitely has some things that are different with him. So, which is the reason why Scar didn't want him to be his chosen one. Just because he was just too scrawny, too I drew a picture of what I imagined he would look like in here as a cub. Let me just quickly find it. Where is it? Here we go. You can't see it very well there. You can see that he's like very bony and very skinny, and he's just all like scruffy as well. So he came out deformed, and he is deformed, and he either has some sort of disability with his to do with his brain, or he just was too undertreated, and yeah, that's why Scar didn't want him to be the chosen one. See if I have a better picture of him. You kind of see in that picture? Yeah, I know. That one, the colour's a bit better. Yeah. He definitely looks a lot like Scar and a lot like Zero, so I definitely think that he was the son of Scar and Zero. And a lot of people say that they really liked how they did the Romeo and Juliet thing, but as a child I never noticed that similarity, and I never really was a fan of that story. It's just kind of, so I never really thought about that until I started watching theory videos, so yeah, I don't really, like, there's just like a couple similarities. They don't really seem that similar that much, and I don't see any evidence to that actually being based on Romeo and Juliet or inspired by that or anything like that. Yeah. It wasn't at all that many similarities once you look at the two stories. Yeah. There are a lot of things that are like, I really liked how they showed that Simba obviously had a bit of post-traumatic stress disorder from his elephant graveyard seeings, and like, it was pretty dramatic seeing your dad die at such a young age, and then seeing his body, and then making the blame go on to you, and then finding out, like, I don't know how many years later, like two normal years later, but like 10 or something lion years later, finding out that he was that it was Scar's fault, and just being really angry at Scar, and just feeling like he never saw, like he could have done something, like he could have just like seen that Scar was putting him into a trap, and he fell into Scar's trap as a cub, and just all of that on his shoulders still. It must have been really hard for him. And it was really nice seeing Kovu and Kiara and their chemistry when they got older, how Kovu did start off like wanting to fulfill the plan, and then how he became friends with Simba, and then the ambush, and then Nuka's death, and then Zero getting super angry, and the scar. And you can see in the pool when the Exile song that you can see Kobu get Scar's reflection. And I actually think, and that's actually, I've got a theory about that. I'll explore more in this theory later. Basically, it's that when you get a scar on your eye, like by a scratch, like that looks similar to Scar's scratch, then Scar can haunt you. Scar spirit can haunt you. I'll explore more into that later, but yeah, that's just letting you know that that's a theory that's coming up. Yeah, and I was sad and disappointed that Zero did die, but I did like that Kiara tried to save her, and I like how, you know, I always have liked how you never try to kill your enemies, how you always try to help them get better and be better than what they are. That's always a very good moral for everyone, a very good lesson for kids and everyone to learn. Yeah. And it also shows like things about war and stuff, that we shouldn't have war, that we all are of the same species. But I want to say we're all human, but in this case they're all lions, so they all like have the same feelings, and they all feel the same things, they all like, and there's no reason to have wars or anything like that. And I really liked how they showed that, and showed that the CC Misawa, that if you look at them, they're very similar, and they're the same. And yeah, but there were still a lot of things missing, like where did the hyenas go? Did they all just burn alive? And I like how they addressed that kind of in The Lion Guard. But overall, I think it was a very good movie. I feel like Zazu should have been getting old by then. maybe if there is a Lion King 3, which I wish there is, but there isn't, they can like replace, Zazu can just retire and get replaced by Uno or something. I don't know. Yeah. So my overall feelings about Lion King 2 is like, it's a really good movie. It's very underestimated. It's, I think, like the songs aren't as good as the first one, and the animation obviously isn't as good, and there are a few plot holes here and there, but it's very close to being just as good as the first one, which is a lot to say when it comes to sequels. So, and it definitely adds a lot. It definitely is a very good sequel. Definitely is worth a watch. I definitely am glad it exists. And I'll see you guys next time for all those theories that I promised you guys. So please click right here if you want to subscribe. Please click on some of my other videos. I think there'll be one down there and one down there. There'll be, and like this if you like this video. If you didn't like it, or you can see what somewhere I improved, or you just want to say something, then please just comment down below. I really appreciate that. I will most likely, unless it explodes with comments, I pretty much always reply to every comment. So yeah, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.